Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. So these are the safety issues on the use of ICT including e-safety rules. Using technology is not a risk by itself, but how it is used will be vulnerable to risk. When improperly used, it will pose danger to the users in schools and at home. So what are the safety issues that are needed to be addressed by safety policy and guidelines? These are the safety issues: risk in the use of ICT and e-networking, minor misuse of ICT, e-safety rules, network management, and setting up an educational technology room. Some risk in the use of ICT and e-networking. So technology is a phenomenon that seems to be uncontrollable. Despite the so many benefits for teaching and learning, there are also negative effects or influence on the learners. There are so many risks that we have to be aware in the use of digital technologies. So first, exposure to inappropriate content including online pornography. Second, lifestyle websites like self-harms, suicide sites, and hate sites. Third, cyberbullying in all forms include receiving sexually explicit images or messages. Next, privacy issues including disclosure of personal information. Next, health and well-being. It includes the amount of time spent on online, internet gaming, and many more. Next, prolonged exposure to online technologies, particularly at an early age. Next, addiction to gambling and gaming. Next, theft and fraud from activities such as phishing. Next, viruses, trojans, spyware, and other malware. And last, social pressure to maintain online networks via texting and social networking sites. In schools, there are some minor misuse of ICT made by the learners. So first, copying information into assignment and failing to acknowledge the source, known as plagiarism and copyright infringement. Next, downloading materials not relevant to their studies. Next, misconduct associated with subject logins such as using someone else's password, leaving a mobile phone turned on during the class period. And last, unauthorized taking of picture or images with mobile phone camera. So those are the minor misuse of ICT made by the learners. In e-safety takes care not only of internet technologies, but also for electronic communications via mobile phones, games consoles, and wireless technology. It highlights the needs to educate young learners and children about the benefits, risks, and responsibilities of using information technology. So here are some issues of e-safety. So first, e-safety helps safeguard children and young learners in the digital world. Next, e-safety emphasizes learning to understand and new technologies in a positive way. Next, e-safety educates children about the risk. And last, e-safety supports young learners and adults to develop safer online behaviors both in and out of schools. Let's turn to the network management. In network management, it involves the safety in the use of network in schools, password policy, personal mobile phones and mobile devices, and cameras. These are the following safety in the use of network in schools. First, make clear that no one should log on as another user. Second, require all users to always log off when they have finished working. Third, maintain equipment to ensure health and safety. Fourth, provide students with access to content and resources through guided e-learning. Next, set up a clear disaster recovery system in place for critical data that includes secure remote backup of critical data. Next, secure wireless network to appropriate standards suitable for educational use. Next, install all computer equipment professionally and meet health and safety standards. And last, review the school ICT system regularly with regard to health and safety and security. In password policy, only authorized user will have individual password. Users are not permitted to disclose their password unless they got permissions to the owner or from the management. In terms of personal mobile phones, all mobile phones shall be kept away in a box away from children or learners, and access is only allowed at break time or at the end of the classes or when needed during the class period. Lastly will be the cameras. So in taking a picture must be related to your parents or family members and not from other family member while the children attend from the class. Any pictures shall be taken on cameras and solely have the purpose in setting up an educational technology room. Schools that plan to dedicate a room where the students can access technologies for learning should include the following basic safety rules. First, they need to provide a tiltable tables. These tables can be adjusted and tilted to the heights of the users. Next, provide an anti-glare screen filters. Next, provide adjustable chairs. Next, provide foot support and make sure lighting is suitable. Make sure workstations are not cramped and plan work at the computer so that there are frequent breaks. So, as a future teachers, we need to be aware of how to safeguard learners in the school communities where they spend most of their waking hours and also in their homes that provides opportunities to use digital technologies like internet cafes. That's all for this report. I am Luisan Albay Kinidar reporting the safety issues and the use of ICT including e-safety rules.